We can do report writing. Let me just send you the document. Can you open the document? Because we need to talk about the report, which is in the yellow box.
Yes, we can open.
You can open it. We're interested in looking at the structure, the different sections, and the way it's written, okay? And things like, you know, the title and the date, because people also want to know, when was this work done? Is it up to date, or is it something that's from a few years ago? Okay, this one's a bit old, but we need to put that information in. Have a look through, try and read it if you can, if you've got the document, because it's about a problem that the company has. They have a high rate of employee turnover, so staff do not stay with them. Okay, employee turnover, staff come, work for a month or two, leave. Okay, turnover. So the report is about what happens when some of the human resources staff come from head office to the help desk operation, which is in a different town, and they write a report because they want to try and solve the problem. They suggest how to address the problem, how we are going to make things better. Okay. And the actual report, the text of the report is in the yellow box. Okay. So have a look at the way that's written, the style that they use, the different sections, introduction, findings, conclusions, recommendations. Okay.
So teacher, this is all about business reports, right?
Well, it is, but the structure, the way that this is set out is the same way that you would write a report if you were in a school or a university or a government department. Okay. There's a way of doing this.
Okay. Thank you.
That is the same. And this is a short report as well. So the important thing to remember here is that, you know, the different paragraphs, there is a structure. Yes. So, you know, we have a title, we have a date, and then we have something that there are different names for it. It's explaining why you are doing the report, an introduction. Sometimes people call it terms of reference, but it's why you're writing the report. Okay. So why are they writing this report? High turnover rate, and in particular, this person, the chief financial officer, wants to know about it. Yeah. He or she has asked why this is happening, what's going on. Okay. So at the beginning, we explain, you know, why we're doing this report. What's it about? Okay.
Okay.
And we keep it short, one paragraph. Okay.
Okay.
Then our next paragraph, we're calling it background. Sometimes people call it context. They have different names for it. But it's really telling us a bit about the company, the situation, what is going on at this help desk center. Okay. We've heard here that there's a problem, but let's find out, is it an old organization or is it a new place? How many people work there? What do they do? You know?
Okay.
So you're giving more information about this problem that you are writing about.
Okay.
But again, we want to keep it fairly short. We've got one paragraph here. Okay. And then if we move on, we're going to something called findings. So with findings, this is usually the longest part of a report. This is what the people who are doing the research, investigating, looked into, and the things they found that were a problem. Okay, so they've got to describe them. So that's probably going to be longer. Findings is usually the biggest part of your report. So I think we've got maybe 3 or 4 paragraphs here about the problems that the staff have in this call center. They don't get training. They don't get breaks. So we've got lack of training. And again, first sentence of each paragraph tells us what the problem is. So the first paragraph, the lack of training. The second paragraph, common complaint. Yeah, about the environment. Then another paragraph about the problem with team leaders. And then a final paragraph about career progression. No decent career progression. People can't get promoted. Okay, they can't get into a senior job. They can't earn more money. Okay, so findings is usually the biggest part of your report. Okay, and then after that, we have something called conclusions. So that's really listing the problems in a very short set of sentences. So you've had 4 paragraphs about what the findings are, and then some more short, like a summary, the lack of training, with no breaks. Everything's very hectic. The way that the team leaders criticize but don't praise. Okay. And then the lack of opportunities. Okay.
Okay.
Very short conclusions. And then the other really important part of a report is the recommendations, how you are going to solve the problems. Okay.
Okay.
So to address these 4 main issues, to solve these 4 problems, the following actions are recommended. Okay. So these are the things that the company could do to make things better in this call center. Okay.
Okay.
So that's kind of the basic structure for a report. Most reports follow this structure. Even when they are much bigger and longer, they're still going to have those sections. If somebody has collected a lot of information in the findings, sometimes we put that at the back of the report, and we call that an annex. So sometimes reports can be quite short, and then we have information and documents in the annex. Okay, so that's at the back of the report. Not all reports have annexes. It depends. If there is a lot of information, then you might have annexes. Okay. But this is your kind of standard way of writing a report. You explain why you're writing your report. You explain what is happening. You explain what you have found. And then you talk about how you could solve these problems
Teacher,
and make recommendations.
teacher, I have a question. Teacher, how about if the business is doing really great and the employees are doing really great? In that case, is there any situation that we have to write report for the good situation of the organization?
It depends. It depends what the managing director and the senior managers in the company want to know, because we write a report when we want to find out information. So maybe, you know, everything is going very well, but the managing director wants to know why. So you still want to go and talk to the employees and find out, because reports are answering questions. Reports are not always about something bad. They can be about something that is going very well, and people want to know why it's going well because they want to be able to do more of it.
Yes.
So this happens to be a report about a problem, but you can get other types of reports that are talking about projects that have been very successful, and they are wanting to explain why they are successful, and to maybe suggest that other people or other parts of the company do the same things.
Teacher, what
Okay.
if I written a report about that I ran a Halloween party for my students, and I have to write a report how fun it is and then how enjoyable is it for the students. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I have
So
written-
you're going to start off by explaining, you know, how did you decide to have this party? Did you decide to have it? Did somebody tell you you had to give them a party? When was it?
Yeah, teacher. Actually, my founder or my supervisor, my head
Mhm.
supervisor, gave me the responsibility to run this party. And then after
Yeah.
that, at the end of the party, maybe the next day, I need to write a report.
Yeah. Yeah. So you need to explain, you know, what happened, where it was, what kind of activities they did. Did they play games? Did they do what is it? There's something where you go and you have sweets or something.
Yes, and also
Mm.
costume contest also. The
Yeah.
costume contest, and
Yeah.
at the end, in our report we have to include that if we next celebrate next party like Christmas or New Year, and
Yeah.
what are the ways to be more fun? So what could we?
Yeah, exactly. So it's recommendations for the future, for parties in the future. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this kind of structure is very, very much the normal way of thinking about a report. Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, teacher.
I think this report is very important because sometimes we had a very rare case if we're gonna have a special student in the class and the department head would like to ask the report about the progress of the student.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our recommendations or suggestions
Yeah,
how
exactly.
we address those needs. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the point. Yeah, because you are looking to the future to solve the problem, help the student progress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank you
some of
for
the
the
language is a bit different in education, but you're doing the same things, really. You're finding information and you're trying to make suggestions to improve things.
Okay, thank you for this
Okay.
one, teacher.
Okay. I hope it's been useful.